Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Director's Cut presented by BlazeRadioOnline.com. I'm Chris Cadeau alongside Weston DeWitt and Braiden Bell, recapping the 30-20 loss by the Arizona State Sun Devils to the San Diego State Aztecs. Weston, when you look at the defense today, why couldn't they get off the field in the first?
Simply because there's a guy named Rashad Penny. I mean, this guy, what was he running for here? It says 219 total yards. I mean, that kind of says it all for itself right there. And what does it say? 279 total yards rushing for San Diego State. That says it all right there, Chris. The defense was not aggressive enough tonight. Way too many gaping holes were left open, and credit for San Diego State for providing those holes. But at the end of the day, the defense was flat. They were non-energetic whatsoever, and that's why they got ran over tonight.
Coming off the win against New Mexico State, you thought possibly this team was going to have an opportunity to find their identity. Braiden, did they?
The answer is no. And that's the difference between these two teams here tonight is San Diego State has established their identity over the past 3 or 4 years under head coach Rocky Long. They run the ball. They're an I-formation team, pro-style offense, whereas Arizona State, their old system that they ran in years past, isn't really working so far this year. They run the ball and then go into play-action passes. Hasn't really worked because of the offensive line struggles and the lack of production running the football. So it's turned into more of a team that doesn't really know whether they should stick to the run or ditch it completely, and it's caused big problems, obviously, which we saw tonight against San Diego State.
Now, we thought possibly tonight we were going to see Manny Wilkins take the next step. From what you evaluated, did that happen?
Absolutely not, Chris. And that's simply because of the fact this guy, I mean, in the fourth quarter, he was hurdling again. He is getting better with the slide, Chris. He definitely is learning how to go out of bounds and avoid those big hits. But at the end of the day, Chris, for me, the offensive line is not giving Manny enough time to. And he's in the pocket, and he's a pocket passer. He is a smooth thrower, but often tonight, more than 75% of the time tonight, Chris, he was scrambling and running for his life out there because the offensive line was not protective of him. That's why that did not work out for Manny Wilkins, and that's why they lost tonight.
And I think a testament to that is that collapsed a lot underneath the Aztec defensive front. Now next week, Texas Tech. Braiden, what happened last year, and are we going to get a taste of that this year?
Well, last year was one of the most exciting college football games I've ever seen. I mean, if you like defense, you hated it. But for everyone else, it was fantastic. So expect that's what these teams do. You saw Arizona State's defense struggle tonight. Texas Tech's going to exploit that. Absolutely throw the ball all over the yard. But then Texas Tech's defense is just as bad as ASU's. So points are going to be scored all night long. But it'll be interesting to see which team comes out and wants it more. Both teams' fan bases are. Texas Tech has struggled over the past few years like Arizona State has. So it's going to come down to who wants it more and who executes on offense and defense and also special teams. That was a big problem here tonight for Arizona State with a kickoff return going all the way for a touchdown, bad punts, bad punt protection. So special teams is also a big deal for ASU next week because in a very even matchup like you can't afford to give away big plays on special teams.
Well, there you have it. Kickoff 5 p.m. Saturday. Arizona State will look to rebound against Texas Tech. We want to thank you for joining us on BlazeRadioOnline.com's edition of The Director's Cut. I'm Chris Cadeau alongside Braiden Bell and Weston DeWitt.